with his victory over the Black Stallion in the Primetime Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship Tournament, we will find out John Johnson's opponent when fan favorite Rennie D battles the Husky Heartthrob Cody Rice in the remaining semi-final matchup. With the recent turmoil, Commissioner Lenny Lane has promised a big change in primetime wrestling. Next on PTW.
Bring something up right now and kind of have a moment of silence for the late, great Mad Dog Vachon, who passed away. He was up here for years entertaining everybody. He's been around the world. He was a big part of professional wrestling. So if we could just have a moment of silence for our brother who's went to the wrestling ring in the sky. Okay, and as Mad Dog Vachon would say, let's get to wrestling!
Indeed we shall. Let's get to wrestling here at the Bloomington Knights. Get your tickets for these live events on sale now at ptwrestling.com. I'm Mark Mantell.
I am Donnie Colfax, and that right there is the Husky Heartthrob himself, Cody Rice. A man I'm sure Mad Dog Vachon would be proud to see competing in the squared circle today.
Indeed, Cody Rice making his way to the ring with a strut of sorts, a cross between an arrogant strut and something else. Nonetheless, this is the semifinal match in the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. The winner of this match will go on to face the Misfit, John Johnson.
Yes, this is the remaining semifinal matchup. Cody Rice has got a big, big dream to make come true here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to remind you, as many of the fans here at Primetime Wrestling have done already, to make a non-perishable food donation to Veep, meeting basic needs, building stronger communities.
Visit veepvolunteers.org for more information.
Donnie, you seem to be in a charitable mood.
I'm simply feeling the holiday season. How can I not be jovial? I'll dare say it. I was jolly.
You're not quite nearly as jolly as one Cody Rice, as you can see in that strut he made to the ring. But here, much to the delight of these fans, is Rennie D.
Look at the cocky strut. Arrogant, some might say.
On Rennie?
Who else do you think I was talking about?
I thought you were talking about the Heartthrob, the Husky Heartthrob.
Do not put words in my mouth, Mark. That is not something I'm going to let you do here. The Husky Heartthrob is in a jolly mood.
He is indeed, but he did have much more of an arrogant strut than Rennie if you're just comparing them strut by strut.
That is not, we are descending already into madness here in the Bloomington Knights.
Indeed, it is a festive mood. The holiday spirit is in the air. I gotta say, Donnie, it's been one heck of a year.
Husky Heartthrob taking a little bit of respite before this big matchup. I gotta ask though, do you think that the Husky Heartthrob has brought the right mindset in to take on Rennie D and be successful in this semifinal matchup?
Well, Donnie, I think he does. I really think that the antics you see outside the ring by the Husky Heartthrob are merely a set of mind games, a game of human chess, if you will. It looks like Rice is taking exception to something.
I do not understand why we have to have this conversation every month. I tell you every month before the show starts, you write it down. I don't know what happens between then and now. But I'm really sensitive about my weight. When I woke up this morning,
chanting dead weight?
Before I ate my breakfast, after I made my daily bowel movement,
That is absurd.
Every man has to do it, Mark. We're all human.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about it.
then I weighed in at 198 pounds. I saw it right there on the scale.
I'm not sure about that one.
The hard work.
My apologies, Mr. Rice.
The hard work in the gym.
Weighing in at 198 pounds. From Lake Tahoe, Nevada, he is Cody Rice.
The correct weight for the Husky Heartthrob, now announced by MC Laszlo.
That seems to have put the Heartthrob in a more jolly mood, as it
How
were.
many people here in Bloomington, Minnesota really believes that this man weighs 198 pounds?
This man right here.
Of course you do.
Now it was brought to
You
my
don't?
attention last month that tonight we're collecting food for the Bloomington Food Bank to help those in need over the holiday season. What I think we need to do right now with our security guards is go back there and block it so this man doesn't eat it all. Come on!
Oh, wow.
One from the Lenny playbook, bars being thrown by Rennie D, and you love it.
His opponent, from Seattle, Washington, weighing in 212 pounds, Rennie D.
These fans absolutely love Rennie D here in Bloomington.
What I'd love for Rennie to do is get on the scale and prove his weight. It is Cody Rice and Rennie D. Winner goes on to take on John Johnson.
That is the way things have shaped up. The eventual winner will have taken the path of a lifetime.
Will you protect my baby oil?
And Cody Rice now,
With your life?
what is that in his hand?
It's a path that many men will have worked a lifetime to get to, like Cody Rice here. He wants him to hold the baby oil.
Still to come, ladies and gentlemen, Aria Davari and Ricky Love square off in a loser leaves town match. These competitors are ready. I'm ready, and I'm sure you are too. This is set to be a fantastic matchup. Cody Rice against Rennie D.
Let's hope Jimmy is able to better do it in this semifinal than he was the last and maintain order. At least the bell is rung before the matchup and the first blows have commenced.
There's tension in the air between these two. Cody Rice attempting to say something about his physicality. I'm not quite sure I heard what he said there. Rennie D, Cody Rice. Here we go. Collar and elbow tie up now by these two men. Side headlock by Rennie D. Starting things off early.
This is Cody Rice's biggest test yet in primetime wrestling. Taking on Rennie D.
Rennie D is going to try it again. No, nothing doing there. You're not going to knock down a man like Cody Rice with an attempt like that, and look at that.
You do not let the size fool you. Rennie D packs a lot of wall up in his frame, and that fire does burn bright.
A boot to the side now has Rennie D down, club to the back. Cody Rice looks already like he has a firm strategy in mind here.
Keep on. He's losing it though. I was gonna talk about it and it's already coming to fruition.
Rennie D coming back, knife edge chop, fist to the head. But Cody Rice stopped that. Dead in its tracks.
You wanna chop me, Rennie D? I'll show you what a chop is. I need everyone here to be quiet.
Thank you for showing Cody Rice the respect he deserved, Mark. A little moment of silence for the wrestling prowess.
Well, I'm a fan of a good physical match like anyone else. Rennie D now is the one administering the chops. Reversal by Rice. Rennie D ducks underneath. Acrobatic move against the ropes. Follows it up with an elbow, and Rice is down. And Rennie D's ascending to the top.
Already? It's so early in the matchup. There you go. Smart move by Cody. Showing that ring veteranship. He may be one of the newer members of Primetime Wrestling, but he has wrestled many matchups to get to this dance in Primetime Wrestling.
Indeed, Donnie, and those matchups have led to the crafty, experienced nature of Cody Rice, and he does know where he is at all times, and he knows how to get out of that ring if need be.
I had my doubts when he made his way down to the ring. You used the word jolly. Oh,
Rennie D, again now, the quickness of Rice comes into play, and he just took out the legs. Rennie D went tumbling down to the concrete floor.
He has been listening to some of the masters in the locker room at Primetime Wrestling as they teach the lessons.
And what's Rice gonna do now?
Cody Rice just might have the tools necessary to become the next champion. He keeps playing his cards like this.
Well, he keeps playing these fans for fools, in my estimation. It looked like he was just about to do a high-impact move to the delight of the crowd here.
And an elbow right to the chest. I can admit when I'm wrong, and another, unlike some, and a trifecta. 1, 2, 3.
Cody Rice with a systematic display of elbows there, follows it up with a pinfall attempt.
Those successions of elbows have taken out kings in the past in wrestling. I thought Rennie D would be amongst them, but he's still kicking.
What was that, Donnie? Was he squeezing the head? Like some sort of melon?
Let me get to my analysis as Cody Rice gives that to the boot of the head, right with the boot to the head of Rennie D, and say that I was doubting Cody Rice's intentions, his mindset, and another boot.
Another one.
Going into this matchup with his smile and dancing pre-match, but he is bringing it right now to Rennie D, and that fire has been dampened by Cody Rice of Rennie D.
And the thing that I find interesting about Rice is as he mounts the offense, he still taunts his opponent at the same time.
Those mind games you spoke of.
Series of chops now by Rennie D. Has Rice reeling. Rice reverses. Rennie D stops himself. He pulls down the top rope. And Rice, the frame of Cody Rice, just went tumbling down in a heap. Rennie D back to his feet.
Mind games can only get you so far.
And there's the springboard that just took out Cody Rice.
But I truly feel when it comes down to it, it is sheer athleticism and will, the heart of a competitor that makes them a champion.
Rennie D throws Rice back into the ring. Well said, Donnie.
Both of these men are showing that right now, that they both have what it takes to be the top dog in PTW.
Rennie D ascends, and he is gonna let Cody Rice have it as the crowd happily, gleefully counts along.
And Jimmy the ref showing some leeway in this championship match, or this, tournament matchup in the Primetime Wrestling Champion.
My goodness.
Oh,
I thought for a moment.
wonderful counter, almost 3 count. What?
Now, I'm not sure that's the smartest decision in the world by Rennie D, attempting to body slam.
Not with Cody Rice, the wily Cody Rice. No, he is going to squirm it. Oh, yes.
Rice
Going for the
choking
pin.
out. He is
Jimmy the ref knocked.
There was not a pin. There you see the tape dangling. He was choking out Rennie D.
At the next Primetime Wrestling Board meeting, I am fighting for that instant replay.
There, he's doing
I
it
am
again.
fighting for it.
It's right there in front of your eyes, Donnie. Rennie D.
I was taking a note for the meeting next time because I feel like we need an instant replay. Both shoulders are on the mat. Jimmy the ref did not count 3.
Now look at this as Cody Rice drives the knee
But
into
he
the
counts
back.
to the 5 count implemented there.
No.
Cody
no,
hits the rope.
No. Oh, thank goodness. Oh.
Baseball slide. Smack to the face. You were going to say arrogance. You confuse that too often, Mark. It is confidence.
That was an absolutely arrogant slap to the face of Rennie D. Never before have I seen
that fan should
such
keep that tape. That is going to be worth a lot of money someday on eBay. When Cody Rice, if he keeps going, has a chance and may likely become the next PTW champion.
Hard elbows to the side of the head.
That second one looked a little bit more to the clavicle, right to the throat.
Big clothesline.
That was to the chin, no doubt about it. That'll knock you out cold.
Indeed it was. That turned Rennie D inside out. And now Cody Rice sets him up, perhaps for a vertical suplex. Nicely done. Well executed move by Cody Rice. I gotta hand it to him.
1, 2.
Only a 2 count there. The heart and sheer determination of Rennie D is nothing short of breathtaking.
What about the determination of Cody Rice as he shows every person in this arena who chants dead weight to him, the ringsmanship, the athleticism.
I gotta say, Rennie D has more heart than he does brains, quite frankly, right now, trying to physically body slam Cody Rice. And a snapmare takeover by Rice.
That makes no sense, Mark. 1, 2. Just like Rennie D kicking out of that, he is still in this matchup.
Even despite the pinfall attempt with the hook leg there, Rennie D still able to kick out. And these fans are electric here. Series of fists now. 2 to the midsection, 3 or 4 to the head. Rennie D, again, unable to slam Cody Rice. He looks like he hurt the smaller end of his back there.
Perhaps an injury that he has been suffering. Rennie doesn't lay too much on me in terms of his injuries or current condition. I don't know why you wouldn't want to share that information with me.
Nice mobility on display by the slightly larger Rice, who was able to drive that boot right into the neck.
The only blabbermouth was just talking. Cody Rice does have the height advantage on Rennie D. I'm not sure about the weight, as you heard. 198 pounds, the Husky Heartthrob weighed in tonight. 212 pounds seems like a bit of a stretch to me on Rennie D.
Indeed, Rennie D does have the official weight advantage. He weighed in at 216, I believe. And the huge momentum of this match is coming to a head.
These fans are firmly behind Rennie D. I don't know why.
A double kick from the corner, and a missile drop kick takes down Cody Rice. Talking about huge momentum, that may have just sealed it in right there.
That could have just sealed the deal for Rennie D to take on the Misfit.
Not since the late great Owen Hart have I seen such a precisely placed missile drop kick from that top turnbuckle.
And the confidence on display by Rennie D. He saw his opportunity, he took it.
Jimmy.
High risk, high reward pays off. Jackpot.
Donnie, I don't know what to make here.
It looks like
Rennie's back to his feet, yes. And both men now up. And now, both men. It looks like they're trading blows right in the center of the ring. This is what primetime wrestling fans come to expect.
Cody Rice taking all those blows, still standing even after that.
How in the world is Cody Rice still standing?
A second running forearm.
Ducks underneath the clothesline. And Rennie D! Rennie D has done the impossible.
1, 2.
He has body slammed Cody Rice.
It's not that incredible for him for some
My
competitor
word.
to body slam an opponent that weighs less than him. Sure, Cody's taller.
Oh, and Rice just planted him.
Using that.
1, 2. No, he kicked out. And I am still in awe that after 2 unsuccessful attempts, Rennie D hoisted Cody Rice and body slammed him in the center of that ring.
You are one easily impressed man. Sunset flip by Rennie D.
Is he going to be able to get him over? I don't think so.
The conditioning of Cody Rice on display.
And he's
enough
got
in him. Oh, look at Rennie struggling to get him over.
He's got the baby oil in hand. What's he gonna do?
And Rennie can't do it.
A grotesque display here.
And you wonder who spends more time in the gym. It was proven right there.
Nobody home as Cody Rice found nothing but mat there.
Took a kick to the face by Rennie to get his shoulders on the mat. But earlier in the matchup, Cody Rice had that done to Rennie D, and no count of 3.
Rennie D ascends to the top now, and a diving headbutt. That's gotta do it. 1, 2, 3. Rennie D! Rennie D! Rennie D has moved on, and he will face John Johnson. My goodness, what a match. Rennie D has amazed this crowd. And look at these highlights.
An amazing splash, and then...
There you see it.
I don't see what's so incredible about it. What I saw was this diving headbutt, and I saw really Rennie D put the baby oil on, get the 3 count.
And it is now official as Rennie D has advanced, and he will face John Johnson. The winner of that match will be the Primetime Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion.
John Johnson, you only have one tiny mountain to climb.
Coming up next, it's what we've all been waiting for. The loser leaves Primetime Wrestling. It's Arya Daivari and Ricky Love.
Speak for yourself, Mark. It's next.
Laszlo, you're late. We're never gonna make it to the show on time.
Don't worry about it. We got plenty of time. Just got to get a quick oil change at Freeway Ford, and we'll be on our way to the matches.
We don't have that kind of time.
They can do it quick and easy. Phil, good to see you, man. Hey, we need an oil change. We need it right now. Can you help us out?
Don't worry, I'll get you right in.
Fantastic. Told you so.
Bring your car to the Freeway Ford Quick Lube. For only $29.95, we will perform a checkup that includes oil and filter change, tire check, brake check, and topping off your fluids. Mention the Primetime Wrestling Arya Daivari special, and with your oil change, receive a free tire rotation.
See, I told you they were fast. 1, 2, 3.
You were right. Hey, now we got time for you to shave my back.
We sure do. We sure do.
Abbot Photography presents the shot of the night.
I might have a spot for Ricky Love. And Arya, it's your spot. I'll tell you what, Arya Daivari tonight, and the main event is going to be you against against the new up-and-comer Ricky Love. And I'll tell you what, the winner stays, the loser leaves.
The Shot of the Night was brought to you by Old Abbot Photography. Visit the award-winning storytellers at oldabbot.com.
Who makes that stuff? Who put that together? That is Shot of the Night. Most ridiculous thing I've ever seen and heard, more like it.
The Shot of the Night has rendered this matchup, which will quite honestly be the most important in both of these men's careers, as the loser will be forced out of primetime wrestling.
Exiled, more like it. They could exile Arya Daivari. No longer will PTW be America's premier independent wrestling federation for fans.
Primetime Wrestling tonight is brought to you by Budweiser, who would like to remind you, responsibility matters. And Freeway Ford Bloomington, your way at Freeway. Visit freewayford.net. And Fat Lorenzo's Pizza, Pasta, Hoagies, Italian in a big way. I know Italian's one of your favorite dishes.
I can't even eat, Mark. I have not eaten at all today. My stomach has been so upset. I don't want to get into any more detail, but I've been grief-stricken.
One man who does not appear grief-stricken, but rather sees this as an opportunity of sorts, is the Tangerine Dream himself, Ricky Love. You got to admit, the fans certainly have shown their appreciation for this young man. They have flocked to him since his debut here in PTW.
I don't know why. He hasn't shown a whole lot to me. Involved in a handicap match against the legendary Billy Blaze.
See, that's where you're wrong, Donnie. Ricky Love has shown tremendous amounts of heart.
Not enough heart to continue on in the Primetime Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship Tournament.
Well, there's perhaps an even greater prize at stake, and that is being able to remain here in PTW. That is what the winner of this match will be able to have. They'll still have a career here in Primetime Wrestling.
Something someone has lost a long time ago is their mind, and that is a plenty lane.
I cannot wait for this one.
Who's gonna fill the swear jar with any more money if Arya's gone?
In this corner in the black trunks, weighing in at 205 pounds, from Tehran, he is Chick Arya Daivari.
The only former champion in this matchup, Arya Daivari. Ricky Love never held gold on his waist.
A very comfortable look on the face of Arya Daivari at this point. I'm pretty sure that Daivari is confident in his abilities here against Ricky Love.
Tangerine Dream, Ricky Love. Your referee Rob Hayes.
We'll have this loser leaves Primetime Wrestling match next.
What's shaking, Mr. Rice?
Big show, big appetite.
The regular pre-show for Lorenzo's meatball hoagie?
That's right. Have the cook throw an extra meatball on there for me. I have a big match tonight.
Hoagie for you, Mr. Blaze?
Does it look like this body eats hoagies?
Can I get your salad?
Biggest salad you got?
I'm Cody Rice, and you may know me as the Husky Heartthrob from Primetime Wrestling. Before every show, I have a little appetite, so I head to the Bloomington Fat Lorenzo's for a meatball hoagie.
back, fans, and throughout the break, Daivari has quite frankly been stalling.
Frankly, you were a liar, Mark. He's been checking the contract. He's been crossing the T's and dotting the I's. As you said before, this is the biggest matchup in both these men's careers because only one of them can remain in primetime wrestling and compete here at the Bloomington Knights, the home of the live in-your-face action of PTW.
The only I that Daivari cares about is himself, quite frankly, and he doesn't care one iota about these fans at Primetime Wrestling. Ricky Love seems to have the fans on his side.
I may not agree with them, but I do care about them in some weird, odd, black sheepish way. And in that, I will remind all of our fans, all of us watching this fine program, to check out ptwrestling.com, get your tickets, and see this action for yourself live.
These two men locking up now, and you are right about that, Donnie. These shows are always filled to capacity, and you would be doing yourself a favor to get ahead of the pack and visit ptwrestling.com.
Get your tickets in advance. I'm getting word in my ear they want me to plug the birthday parties that you can have here at the Bloomington Knights, but it's hard for me to think about things like that and try and get money in the pockets of the promoter and the founder and all that.
Well, there is the swear jar money.
Well, who's going to fill that when Arya Daivari's gone, considering, according to Lenny Lane, he is the top contributor to it?
And it would seem to me that Daivari is still stalling. We're still waiting to get this underway here. As Ricky Love trying more and more to get the crowd on his side. He doesn't really need to try, but
he definitely needs that crowd behind him to take on someone like Arya Daivari.
Quickly into an armbar there. Wrist lock. Wrenches at that arm. Look at him just yank it down. Daivari is a powerful competitor. He's not the tallest guy in the world, but don't let that fool you. His strength is up there with the best of them. Oh, and arrogantly, look at him slap the back of the head of Ricky Love.
So often when people speak of athleticism, they think of strength, but almost as important, if not more, is the finesse. It's the movement, the motion, the way you do it. And nobody does it quite like Arya Daivari.
Well, you just looked a bit surprised there, Donnie.
I haven't seen a lot of fire from what they call the Tangerine Dream, Ricky Love, and I saw a little there. I was taken a bit back.
Daivari looks a bit concerned now.
I think he's just surprised, Mark. Don't start planting seeds.
No, I think it's finally setting in for Daivari that this might not be quite a cakewalk, the one that he might have expected.
It's going to be a cakewalk if he keeps it fair, does Commissioner Lenny Lane as a one-on-one matchup. But considering past occurrences, we'll probably get dug out here as a referee in the middle of it.
Indeed, senior official Rob Page has been assigned to this contest of the utmost importance.
For now, Mark. I mean, it is bye by the senior plans, play it by minute. Leadership by Lenny Lane is really driving me insane and is pushing people like Arya Daivari to the brink.
Oh, and a kick. I thought we were going to have a collar and elbow tie-up one more time, but instead, we have a chop now, and Love looks like he's reeling, like he might be stunned at the moment. Listen to the sound.
That smile.
Donnie, I could hear that all the way up here without the use of headphones.
Right under the ribs, driving the wind out of Ricky Love, right at the diaphragm. That is,
fantastic camera work, getting right in there, seeing every detail here.
You can see the cross eyes on Ricky Love after that shot.
Leapfrog there by Ricky Love, and an arm drag. And another. What do you say about that? All right, Ricky Love in firm control now. I gotta say, it might not be the worst day in the world for all these fans if they had to say goodbye to one Arya Daivari.
That would be the worst day in primetime wrestling.
Beautifully executed arm drags now.
How quick we're to forget, Mark, that Arya Daivari had his championship stolen from him, and he's never gotten that rematch with Lenny Lane because Lenny Lane conveniently got injured.
And he will, of course, he won't stop with that. He'll let everyone know who wants to know the story behind that one. Not a minute goes by that you don't hear it coming out of his lips, that story.
He has a valid point, Mark, a very, very valid point.
Well, at a certain point, you know, you move on and you go on to the next thing. And you wait for your opportunity down the road, and you don't cry and whine about it, quite frankly.
We are here at the next thing, and Arya Daivari is at the edge of the cliff along with Ricky Love. One man will stay, one man will go.
Daivari over the top, and a knee to the back sends Love tumbling down to the floor. Daivari now, the tables have turned.
That smile returns on his face. It looks like he's holding his kidneys. I was gonna say, it looked like he drove that knee so expertly done right into the kidney of Ricky Love to Arya Daivari. Now he's following it up on the outside.
And the chest of Ricky Love is now redder than his hair after that series of chops. He has really taken a pummeling. Oh, and there you hear it again. The blood is rising to the surface of the skin.
After this night, Arya Daivari is going to have a new moniker, and it's beyond that of former PTW champion. No. It's going to be the Fireman, because he's going to put the fire of Ricky Love out. Look at him.
These two men trading fists on the outside. This succession that ended with a boot right to the midsection has knocked the wind out of Love. And he drives his head right down to the table.
All the offense I've seen from Ricky has been just simple strokes of luck. I haven't seen anything proven to me yet.
Another club to the back by Daivari, and I think Daivari thinks he can be in a pretty confident position at this point.
I want you to think about this, Mark. Right here, watch that, right there. Arya Daivari is being driven to these ends by Lenny Lane to keep his job here at Primetime Wrestling, to maintain his livelihood, to pay for his house, his car. He has a life, Mark, and Lenny Lane puts that in question. And now he has to go to these lengths, possibly injuring the up-and-comer Ricky Love. Do you think that's the right thing? You don't think that's a little selfish of Lenny Lane to put Ricky Love in that kind of danger?
Well, one thing's for sure is Lenny Lane is not in the ring right now. The action in the ring involving these two men is simply electric. You know, you have all your conspiracy theories about Lenny Lane, and I'm just not so sure that they're very accurate. Daivari in firm control here.
I'm simply gonna ask you, Mark, to reread the book I have given you and do what you have not done, and maybe just possibly open it up, hear that crisp sound of a book opening and read it, because there's truths in that book that I've been speaking this whole time. You just don't want to see it. You just put that book on the shelf and ignore it, because you'd rather be blissful in ignorance.
Ricky Love back to his feet now, incredibly so, feeding off the momentum and energy of the crowd here against the ropes. And Daivari hits him with a guillotine neck drop. He's gonna go for the cover. 1, 2. No. Daivari looks a bit bewildered there, thought it may have been 3.
I'm sharing that sentiment a little bit. This Ricky Love is showing some fire, some heart. I'm impressed.
Daivari now deciding what to do next with his opponent. Places him in the corner. Irish whip hard into the ropes. The momentum of which even knocked Daivari down.
And I think the chin of Ricky Love made contact on the mat. He might be knocked out cold.
Daivari flexing now, taking a moment.
Rob Page saying that Ricky Love's all right.
Sets him up now.
Arya's firmly in control.
Incredibly placed dropkick there.
Do you expect anything less?
No one knows how to deliver a dropkick like Arya Daivari.
And that is the reason eyes in New York, Nashville, and all over the world are squarely set on the Persian Sheet 2 count. Almost a 3. Not enough leverage from my vantage point on Ricky Love. This. There you go, Arya. Set it in. Ensure it. Ensure it.
He is doing just that. I think it might be hard for Love to breathe here.
I think Arya's a little emotional knowing what's at stake. His livelihood, everything he holds dear is put in doubt. There is a dark cloud that's been hanging over his head since our commissioner made the announcement of this matchup last time.
Daivari is a determined young man. He will not let anybody stop him. However, Ricky Love still able to somehow fight his way out of this. That is the benefit of having that crowd on your side. Ducks underneath the clothesline. There's a big clothesline.
Give credit then, Mark. You said the crowd's behind Ricky. They're not behind Arya. And still, who's been dominating this matchup? the Persian Sheik.
This has been a seesaw matchup, back and forth,
Seesaw.
round and round. I'm not sure what the outcome will be. One thing I am sure of is this is the pinnacle of excitement and entertainment of pro wrestling here in the Midwest.
The tradition of professional wrestling in the state of Minnesota, it continues here, even under these trying times of our new leadership. The action in ring is still as hot as ever.
I would be remiss if I did not remind everyone yet again how important the outcome of this matchup will be, as this is a well-known stipulation in matches in professional wrestling. The loser leaves town match. The loser will no longer have a career here at PTW. And a burst of energy has overcome Ricky Love. There's the leg drop bulldog, sometimes referred to as the famouser.
1, 2.
No, and that was not enough to do it. Speaking of elevation, you just saw some right there by Love. He is one hell of an athlete.
And so is Arya Daivari, an incredible kick out.
Daivari just had his bell rung.
And Ricky followed up that incredible move with some amazing leverage on the pin attempt, and still, the Persian Sheik is in this matchup, despite you and these fans.
Me? What do I have to do with it?
Arya goes for the roaring elbow, but misses.
Ricky rolls him up.
Just a 2 count, though. See, again, Arya will not give in.
No, Daivari goes for a couple clotheslines. Love goes underneath both, but falls victim to the dreaded spine buster.
1, 2.
2 count only following the spine buster. Love must have a great deal of resiliency to be able to withstand that.
Well, I got to do some more research on this young Ricky Love, find out about his background, where he got this fortitude.
Daivari back to his feet now, contemplating his next move. He is in the corner. He is sizing up his opponent. He is waiting for Ricky Love. He is just biding his time. Love back to his feet now.
Few men can withstand the assault of the Persian Sheik, and
he missed the super kick. Love had him up. Daivari squeaked through it.
Ricky held onto the rope, though, and there it is. Roaring elbow connects.
An absolute devastating elbow, the roaring elbow.
2.
How in the world did that not finish this matchup? Daivari was not able to pin following the roaring elbow. Ricky Love, I'm in shock, is still in this fight.
I don't like tangerines at all. I think they're disgusting, but I'm dreaming right now. The tangerine dream has got me. Arya going for the rug. Someone is about to go for a magical ride and maintain their place in primetime wrestling. Persian Sheik at the top,
but no, Ricky Love has moved out of the way, and that backfired completely on the Persian Sheik. Maybe if he wouldn't have taken all of his time going to get that rug and just gone up to the top rope, that wouldn't have happened. Nonetheless, the action continues. Ricky Love is going to go for him in the corner, but now Daivari's the one moving out of the way.
All those years in the ring, they pay off for Arya Daivari again. He is a student of the game. Super kick.
The super kick has wiped out.
Oh, this is it for Ricky Love. This is what makes the greats. And well, the jabronis like Ricky on the mat.
There he connected with the magic carpet ride.
That's all she wrote. See you, Ricky. 1, 2.
No. Ricky Love still has some life left in him. He truly is the Tangerine Dream.
No. Nobody kicks out from the magic carpet ride.
Apparently someone just did.
I'm dreaming.
And the super kick.
A second one. This is it.
No.
Arya, take this man out.
That was a mistake.
1, 2,
yes. Ricky Love has defeated the Persian Sheik. And Arya Daivari is shocked. That's it.
I'm dreaming.
You're shocked too.
Ricky Love is a zombie. He just came back from the dead and took out Arya Daivari. He is gone. Wait,
Here you see it. Daivari went for the magic carpet ride, that frog splash, and then the super kick.
He said kick me, and so he did, but what?
And look at here, 1, 2, 3. There it is.
Nowhere.
Is it true?
Primetime wrestling.
It can't be. It can't be.
Arya Daivari, the best in all his future endeavors.
No!
And let's sing the goodbye song. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Hey!
These troglodytes are smiling.
Goodbye, everybody.
It's true.
What is why?
Daivari is
How
gonna
can
have
you be
to leave.
joyous into this?
I am shocked and stunned.
My holidays have been ruined.
Well, go ahead, stand up. Let's sing along with them.
You get out of this booth, Mark, and go down where you belong.
Thanks for coming. We'll see you the 20th of December.
Arya Daivari is no more in prime time wrestling. Arya Daivari's career has ended here tonight. My God, what a night of action. There you see the man who will live to fight another day here in primetime wrestling.
We'll see you next time.
Donnie, are you gonna be okay?